So I'm making this guide for the out-of-bounds route for 1.3, which I'm quite surprised to say that this is a relatively easy out-of-bounds and definitely viable for any %2, which I didn't expect when I first found this out-of-bounds, because back then it was one of the hardest clips to do. But Ghost found a really, should say, easy and viable clip setup. But yeah, start up when you get there, take care of that guy. He's always gonna get in the way if you don't, and then go grab the cup. Snake is probably always gonna hit you, and if that guy hits you, you just spin him instead of just retrying to pick up, because he will probably just hit you again and again if you don't take care of him. Okay. Get this cup here, then we're gonna do a texture setup. First we want to face straight at the wall. Then we're gonna line back foot of Remy with this shadow thing here on the floor. So something like this, maybe a little bit more like this, so you see a bit in on the shadows. Should be good. Put down the cup and grab it back up. Then the second step, I'm gonna just push back, so I turn Remy around, face you, and then I'm just gonna hold straight to the side and walk into this, but not up on this, and then gonna let that thing push Remy out. So if I walk in here, as you see, it pushes Remy out, and this should be the correct position. So if I turn the camera, you can see that Remy have a slight angle to, so it sets up the perfect angle just by doing that, where if you drop the cup, it's gonna fall down. So hopefully everything. Yeah, but as you see, this sets up the cup, so it makes it much more. The actual getting the clip afterwards maybe needs some practice. I don't remember how to get these clips perfectly consistent every time. I think you can do it, but yeah, like 30-40% of the time I get it, and it's in easy retry. You don't need to load a save step if you fail either, like I did. I just speed things up. So after you get out of bounds, make sure to go with this to load this level, then go off here. Just put just your perfect height to go under here, and try and set up a spider Remy. If you get clipped up instead, you could reset your height by going here, but avoid going onto it at that point, because that messes with the camera, so it makes it much more difficult. But if you're a bit lower, you found it usually a bit easier to get spider Remy if I'm lower down, so you could try doing that. But you want to get a bit more extra height because you're going to go up the extra wall, so you can use that point or that point. This one is a bit fast, but it may feel a bit more scary. Yeah, just get to this wall here, climb it up. You see the light goes light. When it starts going dark again, you need to be careful, because if you go too far, you fall back inbounds again. Yeah, after you got that, you're gonna aim for this point on the water there, which is gonna be a solid wall. Let's put the save that here. Sounds like good. So on here, you want to get a bit of height. You want to still see the underside of the water. You want to get a bit more height, so you see around this. Sounds like a decent level. Then go out, straight out, until you see this thing covers about the health. Then start turning a bit. These are not super precise setup, but you want to align yourself going straight for around the edge of, you see these water waves there. So then go in till you see Spider-Man start moving up, then go back out. If you don't see the level loading when you go back up, you can go in here again and back out again, because you may still be too low depending on how you do it. Then go to the center here and just jump up and hit the end level trigger. So this end is quite easy. Even though you don't actually load the level much, there's enough points to make this easy. You can do this quite fast. So a few backups. You're probably not gonna need backups for this, but if you go too high for some reason, lose your spider Remy like this, or get clipped up, there's a way. I want to just load the level so we see. There is a point around there where it loads the level. So if you do that, mess up and lose spider Remy, you have a backup. You can go around here and go to this point here where we can get down warped. So get on top of this, get on top of that. So let's just get under here. Though you need to get a little bit more height, so just jump off this. Something like this. Yeah, that should be able to, that's why you can set a spider on it, but the initial skip is quite easy, so this backup probably isn't too needed. Oh, that was bad though. That can happen if you're too high, so yeah, you want to be careful so you don't get put above, but as I said, the initial skip isn't bad, so... Or initial movement. Yeah, that's the one free skip. It's definitely worth using now.